What's up, everyone? Today is my first ever live stream, so please be patient figuring stuff out. Let me try out this chat thing. Boom. Oh, hold up. I did not copy and paste that correctly. All right, so in today's live stream, mostly going to be a Q&A. If you're lucky enough to be in here watching me, please stay and support me. I'm going to be unpacking some of my favorite fishing lures. We're going to start with the swim baits because why not, right? Go big or go home. But we'll start with the Berkeley Chop Block 8. So feel free to ask any questions about the rods, any fishing gear that I own, fishing experiences, maybe stuff about life too. Obviously, I'm not going to answer like way out of pocket questions, but might as well get started. So if you want to ask me any questions, this right here is the live stream to do it. And if you're watching this live stream, please make sure you subscribe. Thank you to all the legends that joined my channel, my community. It's been about 2 months and we're past 100 subscribers. So pretty happy, hoping for 1,000 by summer, but YouTube's gonna have to help me blow up my channel, and you guys too will help for that. So definitely help me out there. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, help out the channel. Starting off, we got the Berkeley Chop Block. Got this thing for Christmas. It's about twice the cost of a Cool Shad or Nessie. I like the build better. The Nessie and the Cool Shad are both a little bit like skinny. This one, I don't like glide baits or swim baits that are too tall or too slender. This is perfect, in my opinion. This is like the perfect build. Could have got the shag color, but the bluegill color is just great all around. Can't really tell in this lighting. That looks pretty good actually, right there. It's pretty grainy around here for some reason, but the colors on this are great. I especially love the underside here. That just looks exactly like the bluegill around me. I mean, obviously, bluegill look different in every environment they're in, especially all over the country. Here, we're in kind of east central Minnesota near the Wisconsin border. So that's what the bluegill look like here, I guess. But pretty awesome coloring. Magnetic hook keeper in the back's actually pretty strong, but both these hooks, this one's magnetic, this one's just attached by a clip, so that fish really have no leverage, and it pops out when fish get out. So let's put this thing back. I do have a full swim bait box, but this and a couple other swim baits don't go in it because they take up too much space, and also I haven't used them enough. But I got this for Christmas, so I haven't had a chance to use it because of the ice, but I can't wait. I think it's going to be really awesome and fun to use. It'll be good background, maybe, possibly. Ugh. This thing that I won. I don't think that's gonna work. All right, so the next swim bait we have here is the 6th Sense trace swim bait. Gosh, I can't talk right now. 7.25 inches. This thing is awesome. Came with an extra tail. If you've been with my channel for a while, I think it was a few weeks ago, I posted a video where I lost near a state record for Minnesota largemouth bass. That was either on the Mega Bass Battalion, which you'll see in the swim bait box later on, or it was this. I don't remember because I lost a lot of really big fish that day, honestly. It was a great day of fishing overall, but it could have been a whole lot better. Obviously, definitely PB, potential state record bass were lost. So 7.25 floating. Love this color. I mean, I think it's only like $40, but the way they package this makes you feel just like a king. Like, look at how nice the packaging is. You got the foam, you got the extra tail in there, which is great. All glide baits should come with extra tails because and they got to be good tails too, because I have a glide bait that is like horrible. Like the tail design is just absolute crap. And it's come off twice, and I haven't even caught a fish on it yet. So I had to like cut a tail out of a yogurt lid for that. But awesome box. Now diving into this thing, I got the floating, got the shad color for the river, just anything, giant bass of both types, pike. Really want to catch a muskie on this. Really want to catch a muskie in general, but on this thing would be twice as awesome on the river. It's got a really good swimming action on the top, and honestly, I just, even if I never use this lure, I would just want to have it still because it just looks so amazing and awesome. So put this thing back in the box. This thing is probably a little bit too tall for my swim bait box. Okay, look at that. Leave our fisheries cleaner than you found them. This is awesome. I mean, like, look at how good that looks. I've had this thing for almost a year now, and I still just don't care to put it on, put it in a tackle box because I just love the packaging. This, but this. Gosh, when I was younger and I'd buy Rapalas, I would love keeping them in those like clear little packagings. I thought they were like the most awesome like display cases. Here's the swim bait box. Plano, pretty thick. Tackle Warehouse, Muskie Shop stickers. I don't have any Muskie Shop lures in here, but it's fine. I have Muskie Shop swim baits, but they're in my Muskie tackle box. Okay. Let's choose. Let's keep the trend going. Let's keep doing some soft. This glide baits. This is the Berkeley Nessie. So as you can see, both the eyes are missing. It's like this bluish white color. Main complaint about these guys is I don't think the colors they offer are very great. Hitch and trout, or not, well, trout, like in the West, I guess. But if you have like all these hitch and shad and stuff, then like the colors are great. But for up here, at least when I got these, there weren't very many colors. For up north in Minnesota, like bluegill, sucker, shiner. So best I could find was this bluish white. My main concern with these was A, the hookup ratio, and B, the durability. Now, obviously, this thing has gotten destroyed. I've caught probably 20 fish with this, and for only $7, I'm surprised how long it's lasted. The clip doesn't work too well anymore, but obviously, when like 20 fish, 20 bass, and pike destroy this, when a pike gets a hold of this, like, oh my gosh, you gotta pray for the lure because it's probably gonna get destroyed. But main complaint was the durability, or that's what I thought coming in. The eyes came out, but after a few fish, that's probably expected if they're decently big. But I was more concerned about this whole back half. It looks like it's like barely connected. No, it's actually like really strong mesh. Stays on very well. I actually own 2 of these. Used to own 3. I used to own the 9-inch version. We just got these 2 7-inchers. Got this more of like a river, like a shiner, or it's not a shad color, but it like is closer to the color of like, the St. Croix River by my house has like endless like suckers, shiners, like carps, like bottom feeders, shad, like all these fish, like mooneye, goldeye. And this it's not perfect, but it looks roughly like a lot of them. I think this is the hitch color, or maybe it's the golden roach color. But either way, we got these 2. You can obviously tell this one has not been used because I got this as a backup for this one, thinking that this one would be done for pretty quick. But they both lasted a pretty good time. Obviously, this one because I haven't used it yet, but can't wait to use this one. You can tell the differences between the new and the old, but pretty solid lure. I would definitely recommend this because you can throw these on light bait casters. Heck, you could probably even throw this on like a medium spinning combo. So it's pretty awesome. All right, next swim bait. We'll be unboxing these ones in a group. More Berkeley. We have 3 coal shads coming up. Let me just get them off their hooks in the tackle box and whip them out. All right, we'll save the big one for last. We'll start with the old one. So this is the first one I got. Again, just like the Nessie, my main issue I had with this when I first saw it was durability. Didn't think the honeycomb tail would do very well. And to tell you the truth, guys, durability concerns, they might look flimsy, but these things are very durable. I mean, this thing has arguably it's been through bigger fish than that Nessie. Maybe not pike. I've caught a couple pike on that Nessie, but bass wise and like overall size wise, the coal shad gets bigger fish than the Nessie. The Nessie, I don't know what it is, but I like no big bass, or big bass bite it, but it's a lot more small fish are willing to eat it than they are this. Do wish it would sink faster, but it does have the holes for the I forgot what they're called, nail weights. No, I feel like there's another name. I know nail weights are a thing, but I feel like there's another name for them. Either way, you can add weight to these. Hookup ratio is better on these than it is on the Nessies. The colors are unique. Actually, from that lighting makes this thing look amazing and not torn up, when in reality it's I mean, fish had just destroyed this. Again, oh well, we got one eye left. It's great if you're fishing shallow without the weights. And then here, because it got ripped up by a couple pike, you can see them sticking out the top. We have 2 nails that I just threw in there for some through the nail hole slot. So put that back in there. Now it's back up for the Nessie. This one actually has seen use on the river when it was flooded, so the water was really cloudy. I love this color. It just makes me think of a lemonade. I have no clue, honestly, like what type of bait fish this is supposed to mimic, but it's awesome to fish. It's so fun to fish on this combo right here. It's awesome to fish on that. That's my river combo. It's basically just a cheap, like $80 Shimano Celis rod, medium heavy. It can handle mostly bass, and it can handle lures from like half ounce, cranking, spinner baits. It's great for those. Pretty stiff, but also sensitive. And then it also goes up to 1.5 ounce, but I can realistically throw lures up to 3 ounces on that, and I've done it before. It's an amazing option. Can take punishment. It's cheap. It's durable. It's great for when you're just fishing random spots where you have to like hike miles through like places with no paths and hit it against trees and rocks or whatever. So I fished it on that in a secret spot of mine where no boats have access to and humans only have access. If you're willing to walk through 3 miles of basically straight, like heck, it's a horrible walk, but it's worth it for the fish. Caught a couple pike, couple 3-pound smallies. This doesn't have the scars to show it, but it has caught some pretty good fish. So this thing, the coal shad, proves that it can do it. I like it better for bass. The Nessie, I can catch more pike and bass on, but the coal shad is much better for, in my opinion, smallies, smallmouth than anything. It's good for largemouth too, but it's not as good for pike. But speaking of which, this is really for bass, but also for pike. Look at this big boy. This is the Cool Shad 8. Bone is all around great color for river or anywhere where it's cloudier. This thing just looks so awesome. Haven't got the chance to actually, I've casted it out a couple times, but haven't got the chance to fish it yet. I mean, you can see how much bigger it is than that. It's also so much denser. Like my only valid complaint with the Nessie and the Cool Shad is their casting. It's not very good. I mean, this honeycomb thing is just so light, it doesn't help it cast farther and just catches air and slows it down. And the Nessie is just like completely hollow, I feel like. But you can tell how much bigger this one is as it's supposed to be. This thing is just like a chunk. I do wish that maybe it had another hook, like maybe one, I don't know. I guess with the design, it would be hard to put a hook back there. But this thing is going to be awesome to see in the mouth of a giant bass. I have a few more swim baits that I use for bass. These Boom Boom swim baits. I forgot what company makes them. They're pretty cheap. They're like they have like their own weedless EWG hook system that you put through them. But they're like $13 for a 2-pack. I thought the hookup ratio on those would be trashed, but you really just got to sink the hooks into them, and you can get them. And I've used those and caught some very big fish on those, but I don't. Those are in like the depths of like my pike and muskie tackle box. All right, this one I have for sure lost a state record bass, huh? This looked amazing to me, popped out to me on Tackle Warehouse, where I do most of my bass fishing shopping. Actually, all of it, at least online, pretty much all of it. Colors on this thing, amazing. Not sure if it's hand painted, but it sure looks it. It floats, and the faster you crank it, the farther it goes down. The farthest I've gotten this to go down is like if you're really ripping this thing, like 4 feet. For this, I like to reel it as fast as humanly possible, and just rip and pause, let it float up. That's all I do. As you can see, the joint is pretty far back there, so you get a pretty tight wobble. And especially when you're reeling fast, it really is just like, I don't even know how to. It's almost like a lipless. You see the front of it that causes it to get it that wobble and dive. I mean, it's basically, imagine a jointed lipless crankbait that floats. I know it's kind of a far off comparison, but like if you really think about it, that's just what this is. Don't know if it was the size of the fish or just the hooks made in the factory, but I had a massive, potentially state record bass rip the entire hook and split ring just off of the thing, which has never happened to me before. And before you say, oh, it's a pike or a muskie, it's on a lake that doesn't even have pike. At least I fished there with swim baits a lot of times, never even seen a pike. Talked to people that live on it. They've never caught pike. There's just lots of sunfish, perch, walleye, bass, giant bass. But I don't know. Maybe it was a giant walleye. I don't think a walleye's doing that. Walleye. I'm not much of a walleye fisherman, even though I'm from Minnesota, because if I'm not eating fish, which I love walleye, they're amazing, but I don't keep fish. I still eat them at like restaurants and places. They're like probably I'd have to go. They're definitely my favorite fish to eat. It's not even close. But I don't target them for sport because, yeah, they're on the bigger size, but they're skinny and they really don't fight well. And you don't get to use like unique fun tactics to catch them. Okay, right here is the biggest bargain you're going to get on a swim bait, and it is magic. This thing works like magic. This thing is $18. Actually, it's not the biggest bargain because there's one that's tied for it. That's on my Dobbins rod in that Tackle Warehouse black rod sleeve back there. But this thing does come pretty close. $18, like I said, 7 inches. You can just burn and pause this thing pretty nicely. Or you can glide it. This thing is a deadly glide bait. For bass, my friend used one for bass. I never used it for bass. I've used it for pike with a decent amount of success. So pretty awesome. I love the coloring on it. Like obviously it's not the highest grade plastic or material, but the coloring still looks great on this. Nice and shiny. I like the line tie on it. It gives it more side-to-side flexibility. This is the Ironglide Fluke. You can get this for $18, I think, on Tackle Warehouse's website. So definitely should check that out. Okay. Next swim bait up. We're just going to go through our swim baits today. Just figuring out the live stream stuff. Didn't really plan much time. Obviously, it's already night outside. Finally getting back to warmer weather tomorrow, though. Okay, so next up, we have a similar lure to the Mega Bass Battalion that I traded my 9-inch Nessie for with a friend. Now, 9-inch Nessie that cost about $10 for a $50 bait is pretty steep deal, but my friend never caught a single fish on this. This is the Jackal Ganterol. I don't know if it's junior or not, First impressions. Oh, love the hooks. Hooks are very nice. Got the feathers on them. This might be the most realistic looking fish pattern lure I've ever seen. I've seen the action on it. It's amazing. Don't know how this thing doesn't get smoked. I think my friend just sucks at fishing. But like, look at that. It's amazing. Like $50. Yeah, this is the Gantrel Junior. I don't know how my friend hasn't caught a fish with this, but I guess I won't know until I try it out. Oh, gosh, I cannot wait for swim bait season, for open water season in general. Next up, we got the second Sixth Sense glide bait before we get to the last two, which are big, expensive ones. Ooh, there goes my phone. You probably heard the reference in a couple of one of my friends commented on this video. Let me check it out. That's Max. You see me fish with him a lot in my videos. Something about we were so locked in, dude. Oh, that was the long video that we released, I think, today night. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. It's amazing. Actually, I'm not going to say amazing. It's amazing fishing. Horrible video. We did not expect the amount and quantity and quality of fish that were there to be there. I mean, we were out for like an hour and a half. We were just trying to like chill, have some fun fishing. And I was planning on just filming some shorts. So that's why most of the clips were vertical. But that made it hard to edit. You don't get much. You can't see much around. And there's no like build up in between shots, sadly. But still an amazing amazing experience, amazing fishing. So next up, got the Sixth Sense. I don't even know. I think this is maybe the Flow Glider. Keep using this, thinking I'll never get any fish. This is probably my least favorite glide bait. I love, like, this could look like a baby bass and a shad. Love the idea. It's only like $30. It glides pretty well. I don't understand why I never catch many fish on it, but yeah, doesn't make much sense. So let's move to the last three glide baits. I've had one person pop up on this entire stream so far, and they left like before they even got to see anything. They were on there for like 5 seconds. Okay. My family is being very loud. I don't think they want me live streaming right now. But gotta do what you gotta do. So, okay. Next up, we got on. Gosh, I love this reel so much. And on the new Dobbins rod, XPS brush tail glide. I don't even remember what this is called, honestly. $18. This thing has caught some giants. You can see that on camera. There's some shorts fishing with this reel, different rod, the lily pads with this. Just absolute giants. Honestly, guys, some of the colors on this are absolute crap. This color, it's hard to tell. You can't really see the pink in the sliding. This color is amazing. It's like pearl, I think. This color is absolutely amazing. For $18, I mean, the glide action on this, the gliding is so good. The color is awesome. I do wish it were a little less tall, but again, it limits strikes to big fish. So if big fish are what you're after, this comes in an 8-inch too. I think this is 6.5. Can take damage. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can't really. But there's a lot of cracks on it from hitting docks and stuff. Me being stupid trying to skip like a 3-ounce swim bait. But this thing glides like no other glide bait in my box except for one that I'm about to unbox for y'all. For the two of you that are going to watch this live stream after I post it, because no one's even on it right now. This is the yogurt lid one. Got to keep the hooks covered on this one because they are so sharp you barely touch them and you will get punctured. This is like $48 on Shimano. It's got that like little quivering blade that makes it flash. Love the coloring. Yeah, the tail. both tails came off without this even getting a single bite. So we put we cut out a yogurt lid and put it on the back of the glide bait, and honestly, it looks better than the old tails. And the problem with this was I went on Swim Bait Underground and everything, and I couldn't even like find anything. They don't even sell these in the U.S. The tail replacements. They sell the lure, but not the tail replacements. Unique stuff about this. The hook release system on this is awesome. Never got to use it because I've never caught a fish on it, but whatever. And then it's got, see this folds during the cast. This folds apart and the magnet like attaches it, so that's more aerodynamic or something, according to Shimano, and flies farther. And I think it works because this thing like goes absolutely flying, and I think that's why the tail came off a couple times. But this is, if you're willing to pay $48 for this, I haven't tested it out too much, but I wish you could see the colors more. The lighting is pretty bad on this, but I mean, this thing is absolutely awesome. This is such a cool glide bait. Now we're going to get to my most expensive glide bait currently. Not my most expensive lure. I think the price when I bought this was like $60. I think it's like 80 now. Spro, KGB, Chad. Now, this is one of those lures that I'm like hikey too scared to use because I don't want to lose it. Love the coloring on this. It's like a rainbowish shad looking color. The patterning on this thing is amazing. The weight is perfect. I've used this thing 2 times. Both times that I've used it, it has caught an over 5-pound bass, which is absolutely insane. I'm trying to find the clips of the 5-pounders I've caught on this because they're pretty sick clips. One of them was like all the way back in a patch of lily pads in a tiny pocket that my friend flipped this in, and boom. Love the swivel hook hangers on this thing are absolutely awesome. Keeps fish pinned during the fight. Again, once you get up to like past $40 glide baits, the hooks are really sharp, so I like to keep them covered. These Gamakatsu hooks are a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure. Let's put that back in there and go to a couple more swim baits. Here's my swim bait box. If you're just tuning in, you basically just missed all of these, but that's fine. Most of them are, I mean, we have like 5 duplicates of like Nessies and coal shads in there. So let me just toss that back there. And if you have any comments or questions, please put them in the live chat. This is my first live stream, so I'll answer any questions you guys have. Okay. We're gonna go this. I got this for Christmas. Berkeley, I think, released this year, last year, whatever, like recently, within the last year. Berkeley chop block, basically twice as expensive as the full shad or the Nessie. Can't wait to try this. The color, I don't know what bluegill near you guys look like because they look different in every lake in every region of the country. But here in Minnesota, especially the area where I'm from, like that, especially that orange and the blue under the gill, which I guess all bluegills have, obviously. Kind of stupid of me to say, but the color on this is amazing. Way better than any of the colors the Nessie has. This is, I think, $16. I like how it's got the deeper body. Think it's going to attract more bigger fish because the Nessie, like I said earlier, has a tendency to attract some way smaller fish. But this thing is deeper bodied and it's 8 inches instead of 7. In my opinion, this is like the perfect size glide bait. Oh yeah, can't forget to mention the magnetic hook system on this thing is awesome. It actually takes a decent amount of force to get this off, and I cannot wait to apply that force with the hook set. But right now, it is like -3 degrees outside this window, so ice out is going to be later. So, yeah, the hook system makes it so fish like don't have any leverage on the fight. So basically, the hooks all pull free, and then they can't like use the bait to throw the hook, which is great because that happens to me sometimes, and it makes me very mad. Because if you look at the channel in the shorts section, you can see giant bass on swim baits that don't have that feature. One more swim bait here, and we're going to finish things up for my first live stream. I said I would keep this around half an hour, but if I can definitely get more viewers. I had no viewers for like the first 25 minutes of this thing. Whoever the one viewer on there right now is I'm sure I could probably see. But yeah, thank you for being on. Our peak has been 2 viewers. So hopefully this gets more views once it's like completely out as video. This last one has some awesome packaging. 40 bucks for this size, 6 cents trace, 7.25. Got this in floating. Used it one time in a video or in a short where I did lose potentially a Minnesota state record largemouth bass on it. So this brings back bad memories. But this thing's floating, has some great action. I mean, it's got 3 joints, but if you look at the tail, it's very loosely connected. Comes with an extra one. So it's basically like the 4th joint, because when these 3 are all moving, the tail's basically, like you can see that there's a big gap there for it to like move. So basically this thing will be moving in like 5 different directions at once. Very realistic swimming action, and the blow-ups on this you would not believe. Like, it's not a true top water. It probably goes an inch or 2 under the surface if you're really reeling it fast, because I like to burn and stop this thing. But the strikes on this, I mean, bass just hit it from the bottom and then just carry it straight out of the water. It is pretty awesome to fish. I'll show you the rod I fish it on here in a second. Again, if you have any questions, put them in the live chat, because a few more minutes and we're about to end this live stream. But right here is the rod that I'm going to be throwing it on. So this right here is, I got it this winter. Spent way too much money on fishing stuff, but it's okay. I'm employed, kind of. Dobbins Fury Series swim bait rod. I got the medium heavy, 1 to 5 ounces. So this can throw all the swim baits in that box back there, plus a few heavier lures. And if I have anything above 5 ounces, I'll throw it on my hybrid pike muskie rod that I used to use for swim baits, with the best budget muskie fishing reel, and possibly the best muskie fishing reel there even is anyways, the Pisca Funalajaz. If you watch Nos Belts, if you watch Decam Fishing, he's well known outside of the local region, unlike Nos Belts. You know what a Pisca Funalajaz is. Heck, I think Three Amigos Fishing even uses it. And Dry Fly 51. No offense to that guy. I just cannot stand to watch his shorts, because he low-key just like posts full minute shorts and then he doesn't even catch anything until the indoor catches like one tiny sunfish. But he uses those too. So if you haven't tried out Pisca Funalajaz yet, if you use the code PIS15, let me put that in the chat. Saves you $15. PIS15 always works. It's in the chat right now. 15% off. Awesome. It's a Chinese company, but it's very legit. It's a great website, and the reel is normally $165, but it's one of those websites where it just like stays on sale all the time, so it makes you think you have a deal. So it stays at $100, and then when you use the code PIS15, you get 15% off. So it really makes a musky lure or a musky reel that is honestly better than my $350 or $380 Daiwa Alexa. It's better than that. And it is $85. You can buy almost 5 of them for the same price if the math in my head is right, which it probably wasn't. So nice swim bait rod, the reel. Very unique for this region. It's a Daiwa Coastal TWS inshore reel. This can withstand a lot of damage because it is tightly sealed for saltwater, sand, corrosion, and I'm not fishing with it in saltwater, so this should last way longer. It's got saltwater handles, but effectively for what we're doing, these are just swim bait paddle handles. Very nice. This is like $320. I don't know. I saw this on Tackle Warehouse and I was like, dude, this looks so good. I need to own this. So it's got the TWS, slightly bigger. It is very powerful. Fits perfectly. And it fits in my palm just so easily to cast. And it's very smooth reel. It's some of the smoothest reeling I've ever experienced. Very powerful. Handle big fish. And then I got some 50-pound Beyond Braid white line on this thing. Beyond Braid is my go-to braided line now since I've discovered them. They have some pretty awesome colors, if you ask me. So, and honestly, they're no fade braid. And not many people know, but P-Line's no fade braid is $25. I've used it. It's definitely good, but the no fade, the blackout braid, that the blackout braid that Beyond Braid offers is like way better. It's my gosh. You guys are very fortunate that the camera is not facing that way. My mom just decided to come in and start twerking while telling me to finish. Look. Okay, she's not there anymore. But look at that. Let's take this. Yeah. There it is, guys. Pride and joy outside of fishing, Solomon Huck knife. Shut up, Mom. Silence from you. Cut off from talking. Yeah, so Beyond Braid, the blackout, you can see it right here on this reel right here. That's a Daiwa Tatula Elite. Way smoother. Same cost, but you get 150 more yards. You get 300 yards. You can take a look at all my reels real quick before we head out. I definitely comment if you want me to do a testing segment, because I've already, the Timu reel, first trip out with it that's honestly not even just fun to own because of the color. I mean, look at the color. It's pretty awesome, but it actually works. So I might do a live stream where I just live test out the Timu reel. But again, we're in the dead period of the year, which is taking longer than usual. We got a lot of tackle here. And then, now she's ringing a bell. All right. That. We got the jig box, the crankbait box, the swim bait box, all the plastics and the hard baits, the musky boxes. There's some very fun lures in there that I cannot wait to unpack and try out. I mean, some of those lures are just absolutely awesome. Like the Savage Gear duckling lure. That's going to be a joy to try out. I have like this monster bucktail jig that's like 8 inches long from Northland for like lake trout in Canada. Cannot wait to be trying those things out this summer. Thank you to the 2 of you that actually watched this live stream live. That's it for next time. So see you guys next time on the channel.